Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Montez McCammers from itsmontez.com. I hope that you all are having a perfect day today. And yes, we are live. So if you're inside my chat room, if you're in my chat box, if you got a question for Mr.5th the DJ, if you got a question for me, if you got a question for anyone at all, chatting even in the chat room, go ahead, chat it up, ask a question. Go ahead, do your sub for something. It's kind of crazy in here. If you've been updated with me and been keeping up with me, you can tell that everything's been really busy. From uploads to new music videos, uploads with Click Media Design, talking with Tuīguǎng, talking with Miss Valencia, talking with Captain North Star America, talking with Mr.5th, just talking to a whole lot of people. You saw upload of the Loden brothers. You saw, I actually got another thing getting ready to come out with Brandon Maddox. I just got so many stuff going on. It's just a whole lot. And just it's amazing. Now what I want to do is break down into this interview. And if you've read the title, if you read the description, you should pretty much know what this is about. I really want to sink down with someone that's very knowledgeable about this topic, very knowledgeable. Mr.5th the DJ has been in the music business for a long time. If you haven't ran his credentials, you can do so because his links are in the description. And all you have to do is go through the description box, pick him up, and you will find out a whole lot of information about what he does. Join yourself to his Facebook group. It's also in the description. Again, if you have any questions, I got a comment box. You can talk to me inside here. If you got a question for him, I'll make sure to ask the question out loud to him. Without further ado, Mr.5th, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for having me.
So give us an update. I mean, we talked so much here lately. Tell me a little bit about where you're at, what's going on right now.
Well, right now we're on the topic of distribution and promotion. Actually, and I'm not going to relinquish the artist's name in particular. I think there's several. A couple things that I think artists are either misled about, or they haven't took the time out to really understand the business. And, no matter how you look at it, this is the music business. Anytime you agree to something, or anytime you incorporate yourself with something, it is part of the business. And there's going to be some type of form of documentation that's going to illustrate that. And if you don't take time out to read that, you're gonna have some problems. A couple things today. We also know that Google Baby is one of the distribution companies that's out here. Okay?
Oh, you mean CD Baby? CD Baby.
I said Google Baby. CD Baby. Tongue tied. Okay, CD Baby. So CD Baby does a 30-70 split. Okay, they take 30-70. 30, the artists take 70. The stores that they have can be limited based on the things that you choose. Okay, some of them have time slots or time frames where it may be available here for a couple months or whatever, and then not available there, or you may be only available on maybe 9 to 20 different stores. Some cases 10 stores, 11 stores. You know what I mean? So what happens is artists see, I'm going to be on iTunes, I'm going to be on such and such, I'm going to be on this, I'm going to be on that. And they end up being on some of the smaller sites, streaming sites and buying sites, instead of some of the main ones that pay the most money. And what happens is, yes, they're getting royalties. Yes, they're getting, some of their due, but they're not getting to maximize their due. So what happened was the other day, talked to a gentleman, and he had no idea what the ratio was with CD Baby. He thought he was 80-20. He was like, wrong. 70-30. It's 70-30. It says it right there in black and white, down at the bottom. Down at the bottom of the contract that he was clueless about because he didn't read it. All right. He, in general, was a manager. And I think the other thing is you got people that say that they're managers, that want to wear those titles, but they're in the same boat as the artists, unfortunately. That's because they don't take time out to read, don't take time out to research, to look in the best interest, not, for him, for say, but the artist as well. So going on to the other artist, and I'm not going to mention his name either, because I also work with the distribution company iStream. All right, we have a joint venture together, and he said, "Well, I already have what you have," and I was like, "Well, do you have promotion?" He didn't respond. I said, "Do you have any digital promotion? Do you have street team promotion? Do you have a DJ promoting your product?" He couldn't answer that question. So you don't have the same thing. And going back to the root of everything that we're talking about is there's a difference between distribution and promotion. And I think a lot of artists feel once they get a distribution agreement, they just sit back and let everything fly. In theory, the distribution is just a platform for you to put your product out there to either be sold or streamed. And it just sits there. If you don't put any type of movement behind it, it's just gonna sit there. Just like how you put it, you can upload on YouTube or whatever. If you don't put any type of promotion or any type of movement behind it, it's gonna sit there. That's why you have artists that only got, 200 views, 1,000 views. It's just up there. It's just like, you starting your car up and not knowing how to drive. The car is just going to sit there because you don't know how to do anything past that point. Either you don't know how, or you have not taken time to research, or you are trying to shortchange the whole process of moving forward in the music business, or just being flat out ignorant, not even wanting to learn what you're getting into. And I think it's unfortunate because you have a lot of artists that kind of fall victim to that, where they kind of put themselves in a situation where a lot of times they get frustrated. They'll be like, man, I thought, this, that, I don't know what to do. I don't understand why it's not working right. I thought this, I thought that. Well, that can happen with anybody. You know what I mean? I'm no different than anybody. If it's something that I'm not familiar with doing, I'm going to take my time out to research it. I'm not going to just keep going forward and be like, okay, like keep bumping my head up against the wall. It's stupid. And it's counterintuitive. Why do that? You know what I mean? There's no shame into doing research on something that you're not familiar with. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But do your research, take time out there to do that. And I think it comes from one experience. I'm not going to say professionalism. I'm going to say experience, because most of these guys are not professionals yet because they're just now getting in the business. So you can't be a professional unless you can show some type of professionalism on some type of platform or format. So being new to it, okay, I'm new to it. No harm in that. Big deal. Do your research.
I think again, like I just really love what you're talking about. I think again, if you're looking at like promotion and if you're looking at distribution, you're looking at two different total balls: volleyball, basketball. It's just baseball, tennis. You know what I mean? It just really doesn't. So I think that when you look at things, falling in love, I think Facebook has caused a big problem with individuals getting it misconstrued. Now on Facebook, you look at it and you might say, "Hey, look, it's a platform that you can talk to people, connect with someone with." This is true. But then also too, if you spend money with Facebook, you can have ads on Facebook, and they could see people, touch people, and go lots of different ways. So now, if you're looking at it, if you have a piece of content and it's a video and you just want to put it out on Facebook, you have now distributed your piece of content. Now, that's a distribution. Now, if you can have it in a company, you have people like iTunes, just like Mr.5th said. You have lots of different companies out there that will CD baby, that they'll take your music and you can put it on their platform. A platform, point blank, period, is a distributor. Excuse me. If you look into whenever you go to ASCAP BMI, who is the distribution company? It don't necessarily have to be CD Baby. It don't necessarily have to be these things. It could be an individual that has a platform that could touch a whole lot more people than what you could figure. So again, I'm just going to retard it down. I digress. If you're looking into the distribution, you could say that Facebook is a distribution company. Now, you can put something out on Facebook, and maybe someone's not going to see it. Maybe someone's not going to like that post. But I guarantee you, once you pay so many dollars a day to influence your post or whatever, now you have just did promotion. You're promoting a piece of content to be forced to be seen by the
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You're putting a movement, or you're putting force behind it so it can be damn near shoved down people's throat, whether they like it or not. So you're exactly right. So there is the fine line right there, and I think people kind of struggle with that. You know, even regular people, you know, they just want to be seen. They take pictures, they put it up there online, and you know, they do all these things to drive attention to them. But if you don't, if that's something you want to do, and it don't have to be music, it can be anything, like you said. Once you put the finances, the financial drive behind it, then you're going to start seeing some type of results. Remind you, you want to still do research, because you just don't want to just deal with anybody that says they do anything. You know what I mean? And I think you really said it very, very well by using Facebook. As you know, it's easy to put something up on any social site. I think people are lost in the sauce when it comes to putting stuff up on any social media. You can put 90%, 99% of the things we put up on social media is going to stay in a bufferized zone. They're going to stay like right here until we put some type of trigger behind it, or some type of financial boom behind it. Now we go from this little bubble to this bubble. We put more behind it. We go from this bubble to this bubble. And if you do it consistently enough, it eventually will pay off. Now you have to do it on a lot of platforms.
Well, I love the fact that you talk about consistency. Like, I mean, again, like, this is not you can't just do it one time, and you know what I mean? You have to be consistent. You know, I mean, talk on that consistency thing.
Consistent. Okay. One thing about consistency is everybody know I work for Vertigo Music Distribution. You know, I am real good friends with the president and CEO, Big Daddy the DJ, aka Kevin Nettles. He's the president. I am very consistent with not only the promoting of my brand, but the brands who I affiliate with. You can simply go on my pages, Mr.5th the DJ, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and it'll be a plethora of entities where I'm either talking about one or the other, or all of them in conjunction. And I do it often, and I do it a lot, especially throughout the, you know, periodically during the week. Now, if I didn't do that, then I would just be just a regular DJ. Okay. You know, just somebody's DJ parties, in which I do all that too. But since I do all these other things, I have to do that on a much consistent, much more influential basis. You know what I mean? To let everybody know. Now, this green card here was one of the first batch of cards that I got sent to me from Vertigo from Kevin, so which I'm down to about, you know, the last of these, but it went from that to these. Okay. So consistency. So everywhere I go, I put those out. Now, when it comes to promoting, here's an artist, bam, Mr. Go Get It, out of Texas. Okay. Obviously, at the time, we were doing marketing. We're still doing marketing and promotion on a low level with him, but we're consistent with him. It's not like, oh, we don't hear anything from him for a while. No, we're consistent. Like every 3 months, we're dropping something, or we're doing something with him. You know, this is all budget based, but we're still consistent. Okay, so we went from here, okay, which this is actually about a year or so old, but he's dropped some other things. So I'm just giving some examples, which we dropped this here last year. I'm jugging right before the Mayweather fight. So as you can see consistency, you can see a pattern of development from here to here. Actually, you see, we actually had him put his barcode on here, so you can simply scan his barcode and you can actually get his music. So now,
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and interject here. Go ahead and speak on the barcode just for a second, because I have a video I do want to put you upon talking about that barcode, the scan barcode.
Sure thing. So this barcode right here is going to give you every indication, UPC, the encoding, everything about this particular artist and this particular record. And it's on this flyer, and it's a simple scan. So you download the scan app on your phone, and you scan this right here, and boom, you have full access to not only this artist, but this particular record. This one is a promotional joint. As you can put it kind of close, as you can see, it's free. Okay, but in some cases when we do it, people pay 99 cents and they get access to the Spotify and all the other streaming networks, and then obviously they can go on iTunes, wherever, and download that product for 99 cents. But having a barcode artist or DJs or whoever, because I have one as well with Vertigo, drives everything back to you. Okay, that is promotion. That is one of the fastest way to promote by just simple scan. Real simple. You know what I mean? And for people who don't know about it, you know, you got to make it known. Like, hey, real easy. You ain't even got to go there. I just need you to scan this right here. Not only does it takes that particular fan or that particular individual to what you have, you also get credit for it, because you get credit for every scan that they do on this particular flyer here. And you can just keep scanning it from different phones. You know, you can have multiple flyers. You can just have people keep scanning. You can post it up. Hey, scan this, scan this, scan this. You know, it's real easy. You know what I mean? So that being said, the barcode is like it's another tool that can be used, distribution and promotion. Now that one there kind of wraps itself into one, because one, you have to distribute it. Two, either you have to promote it to get it out there, or you have to have a street team doing it. And in this case, with myself and my street team, that's what we did last year with the Jugging record. We actually got out, we actually promoted it. We actually went up to people directly and actually had them scan that onto their phone. You know what I mean? In various cities, it was Atlanta, various states. I know it was Atlanta for sure. And then we spent some time down in South Alabama and down here in Florida with that particular record, and in Texas. All right. And Cincinnati too as well. Sorry, Cincinnati, Ohio. So that right there kind of give you a spectacle of some of the things that can be done with a barcode.
Yeah, you know yeah. I mean, the White Tupac dropped in and said, "Yo, thank you so much for tuning in, White Tupac. I hope you love the knowledge." But yeah, I think again, like, it's simple, but I guess if it's really not broken down to layman's terms, like again, well, to break it down even further. All right, if you're looking for some kind of way to be a distributor on your own, and you got a piece of content that you're looking to distribute. Now, to distribute. Excuse me. Now, what you have lots of different options that you can do. Now, yes, you can go and pay and get some services like cards and business cards and things like that. It will get you a whole lot further, and it does give you that professional tip. You get that sway about yourself. You feel better. It's almost like waking up in the morning and washing your face. You just feel better because you got this piece of, so, but again, if you're just starting out and you're going in through things, like for me, I love the idea of making it buy for free. It's something that I really do enjoy, because anyone can do it. And especially in today's day and age, if you can't do it for free, something's not working out right. I mean, even if you do it for free, eventually you need to invest in yourself. You should. Like me, I do need a backdrop back here that says itsmontez.com. I do need these things. I need to invest in myself. But as that goes on, life will, you'll follow through. But as you can still be able to get something out at the cost of nothing, being that today's social media has this, SoundCloud is a distribution. Twitter, YouTube. That's what we're using now. I mean, a lot of people are and going nuts. They're saying, "Hey, I have to have 1,000 subscribers and 400 hours, 400,000 hours, 4,000 hours before I can get paid."
Right.
And I haven't really even spoke about this really. Honestly, I think that you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. I don't think you should be looking at it from, oh, can I make money from because people are watching my videos? That's not the point. The point of it is to have a free distribution platform to where you can put your videos, put the knowledge, put the power, whatever it is that you have inkling in your brain, you can put it here on here. Even if you want to go shoot a video of your my daughter, if you go back on, I've got when she's having her birthday. It's a memorable thing for me. So you could distribute onto this platform. And then if you do have a business, you can say, hey, look, you want to know more about me? Go check this out because it's on this distribution channel. Now what you just did is you promoted promotion. So I think sometimes it's a mental block that needs to be unblocked there. And through they may be stupid examples or they may be quite cheeky or, a lot of people, that's, but sometimes I think and I feel that if you could break it down to that layman's terms, like really getting it down into their brain.
Right. Well, another thing you mentioned, the free part. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's go back to social media because people feel without putting money behind it on social media, that's promotion. You know what I mean? And to a degree, a very small degree it is. But if you don't put any financial backing behind it, it's not.
Now, if you spend the time and if you like, again, time is money. You've heard that from Miss Valencia Nash. If you put the time into it, you can understand how to, and we will definitely dive deeper into what you're speaking about, because I think this is going to be a great topic. Because, and again, I'm always on your side, but I'm going to definitely pull out my big guns here because I am adamant on the idea of free is good, but if you can't do it, yeah, pay. You're going to have to pay. If you can't, now look, I am a guy that sits inside of his domain and does his promotion. Now, Mr.5th, he's the real deal. He's going to go walking out there and go find whoever it is that you need to go see. Now, I might find him on the internet. He'll do both. So it's a totally different perspective, but my bad. Go ahead, my bad.
No, it's fine. I know you mentioned somebody was talking about time. If you're an artist and you don't have managers, and I've had artists say, I don't need managers, I can do it all on my own. Ooh. To a degree, you may can. All right. But when it starts coming out to show preparation, meeting DJs, meeting other promoters, connecting with other promoters, traveling, having people to talk for you, walk for you, work for you, being an artist, being a manager, being a CEO, can't be done. I don't care how much time you put into it. Can't be done. There's nobody that can tell me that they can do it all in this business and be successful. Nobody can prove to me that one person's ever done it. Because although it may appear on the front spectacle that they have, it was just them, no. They had people do stuff for them. Had to. You know what I mean? Because if you're an artist, what do artists do? Artists make music. If you so much worried about is this getting emailed, getting my graphics done, getting that single sent out to these DJs, having a conference call with this DJ, talking to a record label or talking to a distribution company, sending money off, promo tours, getting flyers done, posters done. I mean, it's a litany of things that can go on And I'm just saying about just having promotional stuff. But once you get it, it has to get sent out. Who's it going to get sent out to? If you can do it all by yourself, who's it going to?
I love it. I love that. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. There is no iron team.
There's no iron team. So you have to have a team. It's just like playing any sport. If everybody's not playing together, you're not going to move. You know, and it takes a minute to find that nucleus, because I think a lot of people suffer when they have a bunch of people in their camp that do the same thing. You can't have a team that do the same thing you do. You can't have a team of artists. Why would you do that for? That's stupid. Because everybody wants the spotlight. They're gonna be like, it behind your back, my song hotter than his. Or it should be this song. Or whatever. Why do that? You know, you gotta separate everything. So I don't need any other artists around me. Maybe a hype man. Okay. But I'm gonna find me some street team people. If I can't get a manager that's willing to learn, go to a management agency. Okay. Then the people that, you know, that really don't know much about the music business, those are your street team. Get them to help you. Get them to pass out stuff. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Get them to go to the DJs and say, man, you know, give a test drive on this record. And I'm going to speak on that DJ thing here in a second. Hey, man, tell me what you think about this song. Because now you're an artist. That means you're going to go ahead and personally deal with all these DJs on your own. Now, I got one way that can help. You know, you can simply go to Vertigo, and that will get it to the DJs. But once again, they're just going to sit in their email until you reach out and touch.
Facts.
Who's going to do?
I love it. 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 I love it.
Who's going to do that? Who's going to do it?
Like it. No, and again, like it comes down to one of those things. Like either you're going to have to go out and go do it yourself. The hardest thing is doing, but then further than that, I always do say the hardest thing to do is to actually go do. But I think the further that it's to actually go do with someone else. Many times you can build relationships with individuals, and it's a daggone it can hurt sometimes. It can set you back when you go build a relationship with someone, spend all that time, all the money, all time is money again, all the blood, sweat, and tear, your work ethic to spend with this person, and you know what? 2 months later or whatever, they dump on you. They do some kind of shady business deal that you're like, oh no, I can't deal with that. You have to separate yourself from that individual, and it throws you back. But I think that's something that we should speak about as well. I mean, because it's just something that's not talked about. I want a business partner. I want a business partner. People want to look for these things, but I think that's when you go look for a team that's already been established that you can come in and do what you need to do within.
Definitely. And to elaborate on that, having some type of experience do help. You know what I mean? You don't want to. And here's another thing. You may have individuals that may have been around people in the industry that may have had some success. And they may use that and say, you know, I was such, you know, this is what we did, but really didn't understand what was going on. They didn't make the phone calls. They didn't set the deals up. They didn't set the connections up. You know, the artists wanted to get features with a mainstream art. They didn't do that. They didn't line up with, with the good studios or the mastering houses, and they didn't do all that. They were just around people that was doing it, and if they felt connected, so they feel like, oh, I got that because this is what I was with so and so and blase. But when it comes, and this is where you get a lot of your makeshift managers. So when it comes down to actually doing it, then that's when everybody is stuck. Because I get a lot of managers coming to me say, hey, what do I do? You know what I mean? Managers are supposed to be in the best interest of artists. All right. Whether it comes to show, promotion, finding investors, knowing how to promote, when to promote, what promotion teams to connect with, when to connect with, and what buttons to push. Real management agencies and real managers know how to do that. They really do, and they're good at it. And 90% of the managers out here, they get paid. You know, artists don't understand. They think managers supposed to pay them. Some people think, like, you my manager, you go do this. That's your job. You know, like, you want that manager to stop everything in his personal life to cater to you. And you not give him a freaking dime. Time is money, right? So if you want somebody to do something for you, you're going to have to allocate them in some form of fashion, especially if they're experienced and they know what they're doing. You got to say, man, okay, look, I'm going to need you on an estimate of maybe 15 hours a week, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, to, one, find me shows in a 100-mile radius, possibly find me airplay, connect with the DJs in that same facet, see what the budget's going to be to do some type of form of promotion. Just get the numbers and let's do a breakdown on those numbers, okay? And then move forward. Now, I didn't bring in everything because you still got to buy material, still get gas, hotel. All these things are going to be encompassed in that. And I'm going to go back to that again. The business. Understand the business that you're getting to. Shit's not going to fall out the sky. It's not going to happen. Okay? I don't care how hot your record is. There's another one hotter that's getting $100,000, $200,000 behind it when you're not even willing to spend 10.
I mean, it's so true. Like, investing in yourself is so important. Now, what you say, go get the information. And again, it may sound like a stupid question, but I kind of curious what kind of, and again, food force, primitive culture. Thank you so much, Permi culture. Thank you so much for tuning in. But my question is like, is there any kind of books that you might to be able to suggest, other than speaking with you? Like, for instance, maybe they want to try to get a little bit more knowledge. Any books that you might be able to put out there to say, hey, look, go read this book and just get some basis on it?
Sure. It's real simple. You can go to your public library. It's called The Book of the Music Industry. They come out, they redo the volumes every year. It gives you a breakdown spectacle of everything you need to know from the grassroots. Some of them, they even have contracts in it. Right there in black and white. The Book on the Music Industry.
And you can just use that. You can just use the book and just like literally like a step through step, or because I've never really looked for. I was so fortunate to have been able to meet you because, again, ladies and gentlemen, when I met Mr.5th, you know, I met him through working through the business. I had a video camera and I'm walking around recording it, and you can look back on the channel. Motivation with Lady D, she was with me, and we met Mr.5th at Radcliffe, Kentucky, and he was doing an event out there, but that was through the networking. It was through that but I would not have been there if I wasn't on the field, if I wasn't. So that's why I think it's very imperative to have someone like Mr.5th be in your corner, because he's beating the concrete. Like, it's just, that's still a lot about it. You ought to see his illustrious van behind him. That's what he goes on his trips for. That's what, you know what I mean? That's literally, yeah. Go ahead, Mr.5th. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. But I mean, to add to that, let's just pull back that how we met type deal. And let's go back to the individual that spoke on the promotion, if you do it enough on social media. Digital promotion is only going to get you so far. Okay. People link with me, send me friend requests, follow me all the time because of things that they see, that what I do, who I'm affiliated with. We follow one another back. Some we do business, some we don't. Some inquire about what I do, some we don't. But the biggest thing is, if you're not out there meeting people, you're going to kind of fall behind a little bit. And there's a bunch of artists that do that. And I'm not going to say artists, people in general. You know, some people are literally behind their phones or behind their computer, and you could do a lot, granted. And let's just talk about Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap okay, had a marketing, well, when it came to marketing, he had a fan base that empowered his music to a degree. The problem was is that his base was shrunken by social media because he was just blast. Now, you're not going to see him out there in the public networking with people a whole lot. Didn't see that.
So you're saying, I love it. I love it. Deeper. Please go deeper.
Music was hot. Music was hot. I mean, he was, I was playing the hell out of him. Everybody playing the hell out of him. But his sales did not reflect. It did not reflect what he had, the people he had at his shows and online. What did he lack? Connectability. People didn't know who he was. They saw him on YouTube and social sites and all that, but that's not really knowing anybody. They've seen him at his shows, but that's not really knowing anybody. How you get people to actually really buy into who you are, that's going to really support you financially, who's really going to get on their phone and like, 99 cents, no big deal. By connectability. And it's not always about the money. You could pop up at a high school where there's a bunch of kids at. Instantly, mommy, download this. I want this song. Or they may be a teenager that works. No problem. They're streaming for a minute, but they want that song. There's 99 cents. They get debit card. Boom, boom. Easy. Why? Because they're connecting to them. When you lack the connectability, it's going to smack you in the face. And it smacked him in first week sales, 44,000.
Oh, goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to definitely get this video edited up, and we're going to title that.
And he's not the first artist it happened to either. And there's a litany of ones. Because they were caught up so much in the hype of the social media, which worked well for them, that they felt by connecting people and just doing walkthroughs, just being a friend of people, you know what I mean? That alone can take you a long way. It really can. You know what I mean? It can take you a long way. Even the artists.
Go ahead.
Like, even the artists that's not popular and all that, you'd be surprised with your attitude and your demeanor and how you make your approach to other people, how that can take you. I teach my son that all the time. Like, hey, be a model. Don't be a knucklehead. Because people gonna look at you like, that's, I'm not dealing with him. He thinks he's not dealing with him. Because what comes out your mouth and your approach and your appearance. So the potential 5 people that could have turned into 50, which the 50 could have turned into 100, because your demeanor and how you address yourself just killed a big wing of fans from just 5 people. Law of averages. So good will outweigh bad if you're doing positive things, networking. It ain't got to be about music. I'll be like, oh, you do music too? Didn't know that. Let me hear what you got. Oh, I got this right here. Oh, can I buy this? 99 cents. Yeah, I support you. I support everything you do. You're a great individual, man. Nice to meet you, and I appreciate you coming by our store, talking to us, and just, being a normal person. You'd be surprised.
I love that because, like, it comes down. I just want to DC direct seller wine company. I've worked with them a couple times. I've worked with a couple of people. I love Miss Priscilla Ashley. She's a wonderful woman, wonderful lady. I've had her on the show before. But I really want to break this down to individuals. You might do your work online, or you might connect with people online, and you might love your cell phone, and you might wake up every single day and be one of those people scrolling on your cell phone in the morning. And I don't have a cell phone, but I do get on my PC when I get up. I check it out. But I think people are getting lost inside the matrix there. There's a matrix, and I think that when you actually genuinely speak to someone and tell them your opinion, tell them your thoughts, tell them what you're thinking, and be a friend to someone. Don't just shove it in their face and be like, here, look. I think you will get a whole lot further. And if you're just even blunt about it, just be truthful. Hey, look, I've got this. I'd like to, if you like it, buy it. You know, support what I'm doing. Tell the people that, so then at the end, it's not seeming like some kind of I'm springing it out on you, or whoop, I pulled the wool over. You know, that genuineness is going to take you so far. I really do appreciate you speaking on that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to make myself a model of that. I be talking to people sometime, and I don't forget I wear my hat with Mr.5th the DJ on it, which 99% of the time you're gonna see that. But I'm just generally talking to people, and they look up, oh, you're a DJ. I'm like, oh yeah, I am a DJ. I'm a DJ artist promoter. I'm an artist related DJ, street promoter, street team promoter, distribution promoter. Yeah, I am do that. And after I've been and talked to that person for 15, 20 minutes, now we're going on to what I do, and then it turns into, oh, I might need you to do a party for some sort. So it eventually led or leads to something. Because I'm just being that.
Don't just make the sell. Build a relationship. Yeah. Eventually,
right. Build the relationship, and just be a people person. And it's a struggle for people. Everybody can't do that right off. If you're an artist, if you struggle being a people person, then you got some work to do, because you just cannot be like, I'm shy, I don't like people. You're not gonna be successful. Sorry.
Can you give any tips on maybe how like an artist might become more sociable or more conversational with individuals and maybe they aren't?
Yeah, sure. I think that one of the things is, let's use for example an artist that's shy. One thing is he's got to get over that shell. So you take some of your content and you put yourself in a situation where there's a lot of people around you. It could be a festival, museum, wherever. Just randomly go up and talk to people, say, hey, my name's such and such, and spark some type of conversation about who that individual is. Then you can actually kind of go into
Oh shoot, Mr.5th, I'm not sure where you went. I think maybe we might have lost you. Not sure if you're down and out. I'm not sure where you went, but I'm loving what he was saying. Definitely, you want to make sure you go out there, go beat that person, go be genuine, be face to face with the individual, and just I think that's going to build you a whole lot better than where you could have been before. It's not that I think that you don't know, or maybe I just really sit on the idea of if maybe you hear it from someone else. I don't always want to be the person that says, hey, look, this is what you need to do. But he's right. If you're looking for a service from someone, or if you're looking for someone to do something for you, I do believe that if you're not paying them financially or something like this, maybe do some kind of barter something with them. Say, like, for instance, you'll invite your friends to their Facebook page, which is pretty much, that's not a very good bargain. But I mean, maybe it is if maybe they give you a shout out on your YouTube. If they give you a shout out on your YouTube, or they give you a video where they shout you out on their YouTube channel, and you go and invite your friends on their Facebook page, I think that's a pretty good trade. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to do it. Are there going to be a lot of people that are going to say no? Absolutely. But you never know until you go. You never know until you try. That's just the way that is. It's been that way for me throughout my whole entire life. I won't ever forget when I walked up with my video camera and I wanted to record a band the first time. They told me no. Didn't understand it. Didn't really get it. But I tried again, and I end up getting one. Now, did I have to invest to get that camera? Absolutely. And eventually, do people invest in me to go record something? Absolutely, they do. But it didn't start off like that. And a lot of the times whenever I built the relationship with the band members, it was like it wasn't instant. All right, we're friends. Instant, all right. I'm gonna be able to go record for the individual. It was never ever like that. It was always more or less of like, tell me a little bit about who you are, and I tell them a little bit about, and then we'd sit down and talk, and then I'd maybe see them again the next time, maybe when they're playing out, or I'd add them on Facebook, and then I'd build that, and so we would build, and we continue to build, and the next thing you know, hey, look, they're going to be having a show where I'm located, or they're going to be around here. They're going to ask, hey, will you come out? Will you come record for us? Because I really enjoy the conversation, and you've done it before. I like what you did. Now you're in the position to be able to say, hey, look, if you could compensate me on my gas or compensate me on my time, I think someone's going to be more apt to do it. So I really do believe that's key. I'm speaking with Food Forest Permaculture, and beauty. We walk in the peace and tranquility. Her plant in the trees talks balance and harmony. Sounds beautiful. Just 1 second, guys. I got Mr.5th back on here. He said his phone died, so we're still continuing the conversation, and he's going to be back on just 1 second. I'm sending it through Facebook, and then he's going to get it here. All right, boom. And then he should be able to come on here. I asked him what his email is. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for this situation, but I do think it's very, very important that everyone just really just goes out and does. Doing is going to do you a whole lot more than not doing anything at all. The worst thing you can do is nothing, or just sitting and being quiet. That's not very helpful either. But if you all could give me 1 second, I wish I knew how to pause the live stream. I see the guys do it all the time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're inside of my chat room, or if you're inside, can you please teach me how to pause the live stream? How do I pause it, guys? How? I'm not sure how to pause it, guys. And you can't just press stop. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it, and I'm going to go, we're going to be audio with it now. So phone book, I'm going to call I think when I call, it'll work, and we'll just screen share with you all what's going on here. So just a real quick fix, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bearing with me. So I'm calling. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue to bear with me. I'm trying to get him online real quick. Not sure what happened to the drop there. Not reachable. Let me get the number. And maybe we can do this audio fill here. To people who are still watching, I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate you sticking with me through the weather. I'm not sure what's happening here. Might be able to get him back on before we close out, ladies and gentlemen. Might be able to get him back on. Hopefully we can get him back on. And so just give me 1 second. I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm still here, so don't worry. I'm still here. Leave call. I don't know what that would do. I'm just having a situation. So that's why you don't see me. I was in the middle of a live. Phone went dead on Mr.5th the DJ. Anyway, I think that was a pretty good conversation. I will be having a take care, Montez. I had something to do and touch base again. Thank you so much for being on anyway. Food, forest, permaculture, permaculture. And I think we should talk soon. Hey, peace out. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the middle of an interview with Mr.5th the DJ. His phone actually died, and it's inside of my text. I would show it to you, but you really don't care to see that now, do you? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to get off here. I have another interview going on at 9 o'clock tonight. It's going to be with Rashiva. It's going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Go back, play this video. If you missed some stuff, hopefully you can catch up on it. But tonight, again, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be having another interview with Rob Shiva. My very first interview with Rob Shiva. You need to go check out his channel on YouTube. And it should I think it should pop up if you search itsmontez.com. It should pop up on the the next coming up. But if it doesn't and you want to go search his channel and kind of get some research on him, you can do it by just typing in RAVSHIVA on YouTube. Type in Rav Shiva. Rashiva is his name, and he's awesome, dude. He's a great guy, pretty cool. Been through a whole lot of stuff. So check out his channel. Go subscribe to him. He's a very supportive individual. And like I said, tonight we will be having a live at 9 o'clock tonight, and we'll be talking about spirituality. So it's gonna get deep, ladies and gentlemen. It's Montez from itsmontez.com. Sorry again for the drop of Mr.5th DJ, but I know I can have him back on again, and he'll be able to finish up what we had. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to keep up. Duh. Montez from itsmontez.com.